Hello, 8th graders. How are you today? I hope you are all doing fine. Today we are going to start with your Pioneer books, Unit 6. It's a grammar lesson titled Conditionals or F-clause. You can find it in your Pioneer books, as I said. It's grammar part 2, as we earlier studied the future tenses, okay? Let's start. You have to open your student books, pages 60 and 61. The objectives of our lesson is to understand the concept of sentences and clauses, main clauses and F clauses. Number 2, to identify F clause type 1, type 0 and 1 and 2. Number 3, to recognize when to use each type. Number 4, to use unless appropriately. Pay attention and look at this sentence. This is a sentence. If you heat water, comma, it boils. This is a sentence. It has a subject and a verb and an object, and it is started by F, connected in the middle with a comma. Now, this part of the sentence before the comma is called the F clause, where we can find the condition. The second part of the sentence, after the comma, it boils. It is a main clause and it contains the result of the condition. See, that's why it's called conditionals or an F clause. In the F clause, we can find the condition, which is heating water. And in the main clause, we can find the result of this condition. That means if you heat water, it boils. The result of the first action, which is heating water, is that the water will boil. These parts of the sentence are called clauses. Again, this is the F clause and this is the main clause. The clause that contains the result is called the main clause, and the one containing a condition is called the F clause. Now, a clause, we can say now that a clause is a part of a sentence. This is one part and this is the second part, and they are connected by a comma. Now, let's move into talking about F clause 0 type. Pay attention. These are examples. If you freeze water, it turns into ice. Let's start by talking about the form of F clause type 0 or 0 type. The form is, look, F plus subject plus verb. The verb is in the present simple state, comma. The second part or the second clause, which contains the result, starts by the subject, then a verb. The verb is in the present simple form too. This is an example. If, it is the subject, rains is the verb in the present simple, then comma, the plants, the second subject, grow, the verb in the present simple form. See? This is how we form F clause 0 types. If, it, rains, F plus subject plus verb. The verb is in the present simple form, comma, the plants, subject, grow, present simple too. Now let's do the exercises. If you freeze water, of course, the present simple form of the verb freeze with the subject you is freeze. It, turn. I need the present simple form of the verb turn after the subject, which is it. It turns. If you freeze water, it turns into ice. Number 2, if she cook, she burn the food. If she cook, she burn the food. How would you answer this? The present simple form of the verb cook after she is cooks, because she is a singular noun, you know, or a singular pronoun. That's why we add s to the verb. She also burns the food. Present simple verb and present simple verb. If it rains, the grass gets wet. These sentences are all written in the present simple or in the 0 type, right? Now, we are finished with the form. Let's move to the use. When do we use F clause 0 type? Look at the first example. If you freeze water, it turns into ice. What do we call this? It is a fact, yes. You can try at home. Anyone who freezes water, the water turns into ice. This is a fact. Whenever you freeze water, it turns into ice. This is a fact. Then, number one, when talking about facts, we use present zero type. F close zero type when talking about facts about the sun, about the earth, about water, or anything such as these scientific facts, you know. Number two, if she cooks, she burns the food. What's the function of this sentence? Is the fact? No, we can't call it a fact, but it is something that always happens. Whenever she cooks, she burns the food. She burns the food all the time. This is something that always happens. Whenever we're talking about something that always happens, we use the zero type. Now let's move to the third sentence and the third function or use. If it rains, the grass gets wet. We can't call this a fact, but it is a general truth. It is a general truth. We all know that whenever it rains, the grass gets wet. We can't call it a scientific fact, but it is a general truth. Then we use zero type or F close type zero to talk about or describe facts. Number two, something that always happens. Number three, general truth. Now, this is an important remark. We can replace F with when and F close type zero because it's sure to happen. I mean, we can take this F and put when instead of it, and the sentence will be grammatically correct. When you freeze water, it turns into ice. When she cooks, she burns the food. When it rains, the grass gets wet. Okay, let's move to the practice part. If you heat ice, it melts. Take a piece of ice and put it on the fire. What will happen? It definitely melts. Okay, this is a fact. If you heat ice, it melts. Present simple, present simple. We add s here because it's preceded by it, which is singular pronoun. When here is used instead of f. Excellent, because it's a zero type sentence. When you mix red and blue, you definitely get purple. Number three, if people eat too much, they become fat. When a baby, the verb here is be. When a baby, singular, now, then when a baby is hungry, he or she cries, present simple. When students not pay attention here, this is a negative sentence. When students do not pay attention, they fail. And number six, when she not come in the present simple with she, how do we negate? Using a helping verb, which is doesn't. When she doesn't come early, her mother gets angry. Now, I made a conclusion here about F close zero type. Let's remember that F close type zero is used to describe a fact, general truth, or something that always happens. The form of zero conditional sentences is F or when plus subject plus verb. Verb is in the present simple form. The second part is subject verb, and the verb is in the present simple too. Our third remark, we can start by the main clause instead of the F clause. Pay attention to this. In this case, we can start with the main clause instead of the F clause. In this case, we drop the comma. See, this is the form. Subject, verb, present simple. F or when is in the middle, followed by F clause. Example, plants get wet when it rains. Here, we used when or F to join the sentence, the two clauses, in order to form a sentence. This is the F clause, and this is the main clause. This is the conditional clause or condition clause, and this is the result clause. Whenever it rains, plants get wet. This is all for today's lesson. You can answer or work with your booklet. You can find some exercises where you can do if clause or practice if clause type 0. Thanks a lot.